I just switched the camera off there just while I put the details into the GPS. Because I've got it in that waterproof case, it's a little fiddly, and that's the time I'm most likely to swear, to be honest. So if the camera goes off, I'm just putting the GPS details in there. The part of the field I've got to now, I've had a couple of coins already from here. I had one, I'm not sure it's a coin, it's coin shaped, it's got the right on. I've not had a chance to clean it up properly, just in the gateway there. And then I had a real grotty coin a few metres down. So far, looking at my plots, this has produced the coins in this area. Seem to have something reasonably big here, it sounds like. Okay, just check with the pinpoint. On the beach, I tend not to have to use the pinpoint, as I've got a big scoop, and it just scoops up the whole, more or less the size of the coil, to be honest. Not to cut that, it's just all come off that one. Dog's wondering what I'm doing now. Come. Okay. Just to the side there again. See if I can get him without chopping up Mr. Worm. Come out. Yeah, Bob had just been for a bath and a cut yesterday, so if we go back dirty, I think we'll both be in trouble, Bob. Oh, there we go, look, a piece of lead. Good old chunk of lead. The good thing is, I find when you start finding the lead, it usually leads to other things. At least you know that there's been some human activity in the area. So again, we'll get this filled in, even though it's hidden under the grass. Still do what we've promised to do with the farmer. It's important to maintain your relationship with the farmer. After all, it is his land. He's just kind enough to let me use it. Yeah, just what I was saying about having a good walk around the field first. I tend to go around the edges and do across the corners, then almost do like a Union Jack type shape in the field. Then I tend to work on the areas that have produced the bits and pieces, really. And then I'll go to the old walking up and down the boxes, then sort of boxed area, up and down, like I think most of us tend to do that. I do see people just wandering about sometimes, and there's no right or wrong way. That's the good thing about this hobby. I was just looking there, I'd left it in pinpoint. I wondered what was going off, a piece of iron. That's the good thing about this hobby. There's more than one right way. Yeah. Just because it's not your way doesn't mean it's the wrong way, I suppose. So what I will do, if I get onto a good area, I will slow my swing speed right down and really overlap the coil sweep, and I'll go from I'll go along one way and then back across the other, so that I've got the full coverage. I think that's where the bliss is going to come into its own for me, in that I bought the V3 with the optional 15-inch coil, so the coverage I'm going to get is a lot better. Now you can get larger coils for the Excalibur. You actually have to buy the ones for the Sovereign and then either hardwire them in or use I think it's not a Belkin, that's the root at home. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with B, the plugs. I've seen a site where you can buy them so that you can actually clip them on, and it remains its waterproof seal. I'm not brilliant with anything to do with the soldering iron. I've got friends who'd help me out, but it is nice to have a go at stuff like that, so long as you're not going to wreck your machine. But rather than do that and spoil risk spoiling a machine, I thought it'd be better to get the bliss for what I'm wanting to do. The other thing I'm really excited about is getting the bliss down onto the wet sand to a beach that I go on to, where I've had some really good gold finds. Unfortunately, most of the gold has come out the water and the wet sludgy sand. I'm hoping that the bliss won't let me down with the getting the coil in the water at the very least, but we shall see. We shall see. It's certainly going to help me on these big fields here and covering the ground. Well, the temperature's been red hot all week. It's cooled down this weekend, and it really is nice to be out today. It's got my jumper on, and it's pleasant. Really is pleasant. See, I don't know if you're picking the wind up on the microphone at the moment. If you are, I apologise. But the wind is starting to blow in my face a little. Amazing when you're filming and wanting a few targets, they don't appear. When I came the other day, it was bits of scrap, bits of lead, one after the other really, going round the edge. Coming through the middle now, it seems to quieten down. Now you see, the problem I've got is I'm a good 3 or 4 inch off the grass, and I can't really force it down. Can't force the head through the long grass. It tends to get a little bit too hard work really, and instead of being able to do 2 or 3 hours detecting, if I was to push this down and have to work it through the grass, it'd certainly cut my detecting time down. At the end of the day, I just want to be out here and relaxing, not having to work too hard. There you go, there's a big piece of iron there. What the Excalibur does, it has nulled, but as you tend to move away, it does give it a bit of a spit as it gets onto the outer edge of the coil. It tends to catch a few of the newer users out, as they're thinking it's a target and spending time going over and over. There are times where if you're not concentrating and you miss the null, it will catch you out. People ask me how do I go about my pinpointing. I'll just show you on this target. Basically, I've got a signal there. So as I do, just smaller swings, just watching the middle of the coil, and then just back it off. And when it stops, I know now that it's just in front of the centre of the coil. You can double check by going forwards and it should. Again, it stops, so that's telling me it's that sort of area. What we'll do is just to double check, pinpoint. Okay, it's still giving it me there. 90 degrees. It's still that area. Now this is something that will work with any detector, the pinpointing. I have got the XLT that does the pinpointing for me. It's very good, although it's getting on a little bit now. It's still a very capable detector when it comes to pinpointing and finding the objects. Obviously mine love have just bought out the CTX, which I think the jury's still out on it at the minute, but I think if it does what it says with the speed of the recovery between targets, then oh, there we go. Still down a little bit. If it does what it says with the speed of the target recovery, then I think they could be onto a little winner there. Just the price, really. It really grates on me seeing the price of some of these detectors. Oh, you can see fertiliser in here. It's be a bit careful. I don't know what he's actually put down on the field. Leave it, Bob. Come out. Wait, get out. Come on. You grow 4 legs. Come out. I don't know what it is, but Bobby likes it. Again, just a piece of scrap there. It's almost like when the battery's gone funny and in your device, and it puts off all the corrosive. It's almost like that. So